Hello and welcome. You're watching Express News on DD India. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi participated in celebrations of the 150th Foundation Day of India Meteorological Department on Tuesday at Bharat Mandapam in the national capital, New Delhi. The Indian Prime Minister launched the transformative initiative called Mission Mausam on the 150th Foundation Day of the India Meteorological Department on Tuesday. Prime Minister Modi also released a commemorative stamp and coin to honour IMD's 150-year legacy. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will visit Western Indian state of Maharashtra on Wednesday to dedicate 3 frontline naval combatants, INS Surat, INS Nilgiri and INS Vakshir, to the nation. India's President Draupadi Murmu addressed a group of Indian Statistical Service probationers at the Rashtrapati Bhavan in New Delhi on Tuesday. The Indian President said that statistical tools and quantitative techniques play a significant role in effective governance by providing an empirical foundation for policy decisions. India's Defence Minister Rajnath Singh celebrated Armed Forces Veterans Day in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir's Akhnur district on Tuesday. Indian Minister Rajnath Singh also inaugurated the Akhnur Heritage Museum during his visit. India's Defence Minister Rajnath Singh addressed the Armed Forces Veterans Day celebration, emphasizing on the importance of this day and the celebration at Akhnur. Indian Minister Nitin Gadkari also marked the 9th Armed Forces Veterans Day. He said the importance of a self-sufficient defence sector, leveraging research and development to drive India's growth as a major defence manufacturer. Indian Minister of Commerce and Industry Piyush Goyal inaugurated the National Turmeric Board in New Delhi. Palli Ganga Reddy has been selected as the first chairperson. Indian Minister Piyush Goyal pointed out that the newly formed board will pay special attention to the welfare of the turmeric farmers spread across 20 Indian states. Prime Minister Narendra Modi lauded the establishment of the National Turmeric Board. In a social media post, PM Modi underscored that the board will strengthen supply chains, benefiting both farmers and consumers alike. And now stories from the Grand Mahakumbh Festival, which began on 13th January. It witnessed its first Amrit Snan, or the holy dip of akhadas, on Tuesday in the host city of Prayagraj. About 13.8 million devotees took a dip or Amrit Snan in Prayagraj Sangam on Tuesday. The Naga sadhus were the first to bathe at the Sangam, followed by the general public, sadhus, saints of the 13 akhadas of Sanatan Dharma that participated in Mahakumbh and the Triveni Sangam, marking its beginning. In a special gesture by the state government of India's Uttar Pradesh, flower petals were also showered on devotees during the Mahakumbh holy dip on the occasion of Makar Sankranti on Tuesday. India's Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology has offered technological support with an app at the Mahakumbh festival with the integration of Bhashini for multilingual accessibility. The Bhashini app is part of the Indian government's Bhashini AI platform, specially designed to help pilgrims navigate spiritual and logistical complexities of the Mahakumbh Mela. The Bhashini app has more than 450 regional and vernacular terms related to the Kumbh Mela, creating a rich glossary of cultural and spiritual phrases to facilitate people. In business, Indian equity indices ended in green with Nifty around 23,150 on Tuesday. At close, the Sensex closed at 76,499.63. While Nifty climbed 77 points, closing at 23,163 points. The Indian rupee ended at fresh record low at 86.64 per US dollar on Tuesday. Oil prices eased on Tuesday, although remained near 4-month highs ahead of US inflation data this week. Brent futures slipped 53 cents to $80.48 per barrel, while US West Texas Intermediate crude fell 44 cents to $78.38 a barrel. India's net direct tax collection has surged by nearly 16% to around 16,90,000 crore rupees in the current financial year so far. India's gross direct tax collection has also achieved an impressive growth of around 20%, amounting to over 20 lakh crore rupees. Electric car sales rose by 25% globally in 2024, surging in China but slowing in Europe. A record 17.1 million battery electric vehicles were sold in 2024 across the world, as per the British consultancy Raw Motion. Sales for the battery EVs slipped by 3% to 3 million vehicles after 4 years of strong growth in Europe. High-stakes negotiations aimed at ending over 15 months of conflict in Gaza and securing the release of hostages held by Hamas are reported to be advancing. Qatar has handed over drafts of a possible ceasefire agreement to both Hamas and Israel, the Qatari Foreign Ministry spokesperson Majid Al-Ansari said on Tuesday, adding that this is the closest point to a deal over the past months. US President Joe Biden said a ceasefire and hostage release deal he had championed was on the brink of coming to fruition, and Hamas has said it was keen on reaching an agreement. Biden is set to speak with Egypt's President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, while another round of talks are planned in Doha to finalize remaining details of the deal. Sources close to the talks and Israeli media have said on Tuesday that the first phase of a Gaza truce deal being negotiated in Qatar will see 33 Israeli hostages released. Meanwhile, Israeli police said they received reports of debris from a Yemeni missile hitting private homes in Mevo Beitar and Zur Hadassah near Jerusalem on Tuesday. No injuries were reported. However, there was property damage reported in Jerusalem. Police had secured the area while bomb disposal experts were investigating the area. South Korea Constitutional Court adjourned the opening session of the impeachment trial of suspended President Yoon Suk-yeol within minutes after he did not attend court on Tuesday. The next trial session for Yoon is now due to take place on Thursday. If Yoon decides not to attend again, his legal team will represent him during the proceedings. South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol is also under criminal investigation for alleged insurrection. Authorities are seeking to execute an arrest warrant after he ignored summons to appear for questioning. The UK government would consult on proposals to ban bodies running essential public services and critical national infrastructure from making ransomware payments. Top secret MI5 files detailing first-hand accounts of confessions of 3 of Britain's most notorious double agents were released for the first time in London. 9 beaches in Australia's Sydney were closed on Tuesday after mysterious small white and grey balls of debris appeared on the shore during the peak summer holiday season. The Northern Beaches Council said efforts were underway to safely remove the debris. Thousands of Evo Morales' supporters in La Paz clashed with Bolivian police on Tuesday. This comes after their 4-day march in the city to protest against economic hardships in the country, along with fuel shortages and hunger. Protesters threw dynamite as police responded with tear gas and rubber bullets, injuring several protesters. Australian scientists have newly classified a bigger species of the Sydney funnel web spider, one of the world's deadliest that could inject more venom. The former head of spiders at the Australian Reptile Park described the species as being much larger with bigger venom glands and fangs. A time-honoured New Year's ritual has returned to Wajima city on the Noto Peninsula after an earthquake in central Japan forced the event to be cancelled last year. The centuries-old Shinto ritual involves a pair of children posing as a married deity couple visiting homes to ward off bad luck. Time for a short break. Keep watching DD India.
रिटायरमेंट प्लानिंग के लिए तेरा एसआईपी के बारे में क्या ख्याल है?
रिटायरमेंट अभी तो पूरी लाइफ बाकी है यार।
और तुझे नहीं लगता अगर रिटायरमेंट के बारे में अभी से नहीं सोचे तो आगे जाके प्रॉब्लम होगी?
पर रिटायरमेंट के बारे में सोचना क्यों है इतना जरूरी? जब तक आप रिटायर हो जाएंगे महंगाई काफी ज्यादा बढ़ जाएगी और आपकी इनकम वो तो रुक ही जाएगी। इसीलिए आज ही म्यूचुअल फंड्स में एसआईपी शुरू कीजिए और हर महीने थोड़ा थोड़ा करके धन इकट्ठा कीजिए एक कंफर्टेबल रिटायर्ड लाइफ जीने के लिए। अधिक जानकारी के लिए अपने वित्तीय सलाहकार से परामर्श करें। LIC म्यूचुअल फंड द्वारा निवेशक शिक्षा की एक पहल। म्यूचुअल फंड निवेश बाजार जोखिम के अधीन है। योजना से संबंधित सभी दस्तावेजों को ध्यान से पढ़ें।
पढ़ता है, खेलता है, झूलता उछलता है, दौड़ता कभी कभी दौड़ कराता है, आगे आगे बढ़ता है इंडिया, अमूल दूध पीता है इंडिया।
हम मूंगफली बेचते हैं, अपना अकल नहीं। ये मैसेज देखिए, कहते हैं लॉटरी लगी है, लिंक क्लिक करके यूपीआई पिन डालो पैसा मिलेगा। अरे हमको मालूम नहीं है क्या? इधर यूपीआई पिन डाला उधर पैसा कहाँ है? मूंगफली वाला हूँ, मूर्ख नहीं हूँ। याद रहे, यूपीआई कहता है अगर कोई लालच दे तो कहो मैं मूर्ख नहीं हूँ।
Welcome back. You're watching Express News on DD India. Dangerously high winds return to Los Angeles. The wildfires, fueled by record heat and dry conditions, have scorched thousands of acres and forced widespread evacuations as they continue to worsen. A new fast-moving wildfire broke out in Southern California's Ventura County, sending firefighters and first responders to battle the massive blaze amid strong winds. A meteorologist with the National Weather Service's Weather Prediction Center said a red flag warning was in effect late on Monday as dry, dangerous Santa Ana winds picked up speed. Local fire departments' efforts to contain the 124 wildfires across California have made slow progress as blazes are still raging in multiple locations in the state. A contingent of 72 Mexican firefighters began assisting with the ongoing wildfires in Los Angeles, California. Wildfires that have been raging in the Los Angeles region have claimed the lives of at least 24 people and have burned an area the size of Washington, D.C. US President Joe Biden said during a briefing that billions of dollars will be needed to restore Los Angeles to its pre-wildfire state. The US President pledged to full federal support, promising the government will cover 100% of costs for firefighter overtime, debris removal and temporary shelters over the next 180 days. Los Angeles County District Attorney Nathan Hochman released videos showing a looting incident at an Altadena home and the arrest of a man accused of arson in Azusa, both related to the wildfires affecting California. Los Angeles officers confirmed 14% of the Palisades fire has been contained, though the city braces for another round of intense winds over the next days. Intense rains hit Bolivia over the weekend, causing destruction in Quime, eastern Bolivia, where houses and families have been affected, according to the Vice Minister of Civil Defense. West Bolivian residents have been asked to evacuate the area, but the measure has faced resistance. At least 10 people have lost their lives to landslides that have swept through two cities in the Brazilian state of Minas Gerais. Another landslide swept away everything in its path along a street on the side of a hill in the Minas Gerais Bethania. Just weeks after Cyclone Chido caused significant devastation, Storm Dikeledi hit the French Indian Ocean territory of Mayotte with severe flooding and mudslides. Continuous heavy rains and violent winds have led to widespread damage in Mayotte, prompting authorities to issue a red alert. Makar Sankranti is being celebrated in India. It's known by different names, marking the transition of the sun into the zodiac sign of Capricorn. It's a harvest festival that symbolizes the end of winter and the beginning of longer, sunnier days. Devotees take dips in sacred rivers like the Ganga and Yamuna, offering special prayers to the sun god to mark Makar Sankranti festival. Showcasing culture, tradition, colors and festivities on the occasion of Makar Sankranti, renowned sand artist Sudarshan Patnaik, through his unique sand art, showcased the continuity of our rich cultural heritage. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi has extended his greetings on the occasion of Makar Sankranti Uttarayan. Sharing a post on X, he said, "May this holy festival dedicated to the Uttarayan sun bring new energy and enthusiasm in your life." The main Magh Bihu kickstarts on Tuesday all across India's northeastern state of Assam. Community feasts, joyous meetings with family and friends fill the hearts of Assamese people with warmth as they celebrate Magh Bihu. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi today greeted countrymen on the occasion of Magh Bihu. Excitement filled the air across southern India's Tamil Nadu as families celebrate Pongal, the harvest festival. The word Pongal literally means to boil over and refers to the traditional dish of sweetened rice and lentils made with freshly harvested ingredients. The annual Voodoo Festival in Ouidah, Benin, which offers a vibrant spectacle featuring voodoo rituals, ceremonies and performances, is being celebrated today. The Voodoo Festival attracts both tourists and worshippers, highlighting voodoo's positive aspects and rich cultural significance. Citizens were seen in interesting masks and costumes on the streets during the Vevkani Carnival, known in North Macedonia as the oldest carnival. The masks and costumes used in the Vevkani Carnival, which is believed to be 14 centuries old, reflect the events and current issues in North Macedonia and the world. As part of a multi-year research project near the Denman Glacier, scientists in Antarctica are using underwater drones to film sea life beneath the ice. The research is part of a broader research campaign to better understand changes to the nearby Denman Glacier, the fastest melting glacier in East Antarctica. Tucked away in a corner of central Tokyo, the Extinct Media Museum lives up to its name. From Betacam videotapes to floppy disks and vintage Sony devices, the museum is a showcase for old cameras and telecom equipment. Deputy Museum Curator says Extinct Media Museum was founded on the principle that eventually all media gadgets except for paper and stone will die out and become defunct. France's Charlie Dallin completed the Vendée Globe Around the World sailing race in record time on Tuesday when he crossed the finish line in under 65 days. The feat marks the second time Dallin has crossed the finish line first. He was denied victory in the 2020-21 edition after losing out to Yannick Verstappen. In sports, former world number 1 in doubles Rohan Bopanna and his new Colombian partner Nicolas Barrientos bowed out of the Australian Open men's doubles event. Russia's Daniil Medvedev survived a scare against Thai wildcard Kasadit Samraj. He won the 5-set thriller to reach the Australian Open second round on Tuesday. America's Taylor Fritz defeated Jensen Brooksby to storm into the second round of the Australian Open. Holger Rune also emerged victorious in a tough 5-set battle against China's Zhang Zhizhen to advance to the second round of the Australian Open. World number 8 Emma Navarro outlasted Peyton Stearns in a grueling 3 hours and 20-minute match in Australian Open. Emma Raducanu reached the second round for the 4th year in a row at the Australian Open after beating Ekaterina Alexandrova. After becoming oldest singles champion in ATP Tour history, 38-year-old Frenchman Gaël Monfils beat Giovanni Percard in a 5-set match at the Australian Open. In badminton, Indian duo Tanisha Crasto and Dhruv Kapila beat the pair of CK Chen and Yin Hui Su to advance to the pre-quarterfinals of the India Open. Indian women's doubles pair Teresa Jolly and Gayatri Gopichand created history as they enter the top 10 in the Badminton World Federation rankings. India's top shuttler PV Sindhu beats Shio Yum Sung 21-14, 22-20 the women's singles match of the India Open in New Delhi on Tuesday. The Indian men's team will take on Brazil in their second match of the inaugural Kho-Kho World Cup in New Delhi on Tuesday. India will face Ireland in the third and final Women's One-Day International in Rajkot on Wednesday, aiming to complete a series sweep. England's highest wicket taker James Anderson has agreed to a new 1-year contract with Lancashire after his retirement. In second ODI of Women's Ashes, Australia beat England by 21 runs at Melbourne. Former Scotland rugby captain Peter Brown has passed away at the age of 83. He was admitted to a hospital in Edinburgh following a fall at home. And that's a wrap on Express News. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.